It's Big O Tires National Anniversary Sale. Buy a set of 4 select tires and get up to $100 off for limited time only. See participating stores for details. Waters kickoff taken at the goal line. This is Lewis Rankin who can run 35-40 by Waters, midfield 40, Raider 30, 20, 10. They won't get him. Lewis Rankin takes it the whole way back. The former Raider with a touchdown here, 99 yards on the kickoff return to make it 27-22.
Well, that's one area that they got to improve, because that's 2 weeks in a row they've brought it to the house on a special team, and that's inexcusable. You've got a bunch of guys that are trying to fight for their lives on these special teams, and they're running down totally out of control.
The only guy who had a shot at him, Jim, was the kicker. Waters tried to grab him around the shoulder, but Rankin's so big and strong and moving so fast, just ran right through that.
Kicker kind of like a quarterback, had a little tough time.
They will be making some adjustments as well at halftime, especially on defense.
Yeah, they've got to make some, first of all, to try and handle the Seahawks' pressure as far as their front is concerned, and then defensively, yes, they definitely have to make some changes. They got to get more pressure on the quarterback, because Matt is having a lot of time back there today.
Here's Kading's kick, end over end. Washington, half a yard deep, brings it out. Up the right side, numbers 10, 15, has a break, 30, 35, turns upfield, he's going to go. Midfield, 45, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Leon Washington, 101 yards, no flags. What a way to start the second half. Leon Washington ran a kickoff back against the Chargers as a Jet last year. He did it again today. Holy smoke, the longest in team history, 101 yards.
And this is what we've been waiting for out of Leon Washington. Our special teams have been very good since the season started. Last week we had Golden Tate had a huge return in the punting game. We've had some other big returns this year. Leon Washington caps it off, taking one back, 101 yards for a Seahawk touchdown.
There's the extra point by Olindo Mare. And remember the angst at the end of the half? We couldn't get that score. Wait 12 minutes, come back out of the locker room.
And we answered.
And let Leon run one back. What a great return. Now, I tell you, he'd be the first one to say there was a crease and some good blocking by the guys up front.
There was a huge crease over on the right side, and he hit it. And once he got to the kicker, Kading, it was just one little move, and the rest is history. Nobody's going to catch this guy from behind. He has great speed, and all he had to do was run until he got to that goal line.
I saw a shot of Norv Turner standing on the far sidelines, and he looked like he just swallowed a salamander. I mean, he looked just sick at his stomach. What a way. This, not necessarily that this breaks a team, but boy, that kind of play is a backbreaker.
And I'm sure he had some things to say to his team coming out of the locker room, but they weren't very effective, because that's the way his team responded here on this first kickoff to start the second half. They've got a lot of uphill climb to go now, the Chargers do, so hopefully the Seahawks can continue to ride this momentum. This crowd stays in the football game, and we just continue to do the things we did to get this 17-point lead. The best thing to do is try and kick it out the back of the end zone, but Nate Kading doesn't have that type of leg. So I think they'll try the pooch kick again, try and get the ball up in the air really high, and then hopefully his coverage team will get down the field in time to get Leon Washington before he gets going, but I like our chances.
Kading tees it up at the 30. He'll be kicking left to right. Washington out at his own 4-yard line. Kading gets this one deep. Washington at the 1. Grabs at 5, 10, 15. Steps over a man, 20, 25. Breaks through, 30. He could go, 35. Midfield, 40. He will go, 30, 20, 10, 5. Oh my God, he's done it again. 99 yards for a touchdown. 2 kick returns for a touchdown in the same game. Leon Washington for president.
And if you're the San Diego Chargers special teams coach, Steve Crosby, you're wondering what the heck do we have to do to stop this guy? We've tried to kick the ball deep. We've tried to kick it short. We've tried to hit it on the ground. All he keeps doing is bringing it back for touchdowns. Who needs an offense if you got Leon Washington?
If you're Steve Crosby, the special teams coach, you're getting a roadmap and an apple looking for a job. Here's the extra point by Olindo Mare, a high snap. John Ryan does a great job getting it down. The Seahawks tack up another 7. Unfortunately, there's 6.5 minutes left to play in the game. And the last time I checked, Phillip Rivers was still on that far sideline.
And the only guys that might be unhappy in this building is that defense. They're like, we got to go out there again. When we got to get some rest? They do need some rest, but I think this type of play will give them some adrenaline for the next time they go out on that field. And hopefully they'll play with some inspiration, play with the energy of this crowd, and hopefully that'll carry them through.
Leon Washington, today, this game has the longest kick return for a touchdown in team history and the second longest in team history. 101 yards, and that one 99 yards. What a touchdown. And hey, you can score a touchdown with Geico. Hey, 15 minutes. Save 15% on your car insurance. Tell them Leon sent you. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO for a free rate quote. He is worth the price of admission, Leon Washington.
I've got a sneaking suspicion he could be the special teams player of the week this week. Win or lose.
27-20, the Seahawks go right back on top.
Dangerous Leon Washington is the deep man standing back at his own 15-yard line.
Well, they want to be really careful how they kick this ball to Leon Washington. Directional kicking.
They block it! Blocked! Touchdown, Seattle! What a play! Earl Thomas, the rookie, blocked the punt.
Well, keep an eye right here. They bring him right off the edge. The block's going to come up the middle, but Kansas City has absolutely no answer. And Earl Thomas is right there to scoop this up. A big play in the kicking game.
We're level at 7 with 31 seconds left to go in the first.
Would you have ever imagined this? I mean, really?
No, you know, and I got to tell you, we were out there Friday at practice. Let's see the return here.
And a big return for Washington. Trying to go the distance. He's got one man to beat. And a touchdown for Leon Washington. 92 yards, his third kickoff return for a touchdown this year.
Well, it typically takes a play like this to jumpstart you. I don't know, down 40-7. You're going to probably need a whole bunch more of these. But this is a beautiful return. He's done this with this team all year long in a closer ball game. Look at this, and a great job. Then he just brings it back across the field like all great open field runners do. Got the ball in the outside hand. And you're not going to catch Leon Washington when you got an angle like that.
And they also showed good rhythm, you know, and then they ended up with a touchdown. So that's the way you want to end your drives.
Hey, look at this. A kickoff return. Doug Baldwin. There he goes. First return of the night. Baldwin takes it all the way back for the score.
No flags.
105 yards and a Seahawk touchdown.
It's amazing how the league has tried to take away one of the most exciting plays in pro football, but because of a penalty, we get a chance to see one. 105-yard return by Doug Baldwin. Had some great blocks. Found the right seam. Got a good block there going up the field. Good cutback right here. Breaks the tackle at about the 10-yard line and just goes into the end zone for a 105-yard touchdown return. This guy's done everything right so far during this training camp.
Special teams, slot receiver. He has done it all when given the chance. Another rookie out of Stanford. Free agent. No one signed him, and he has been the star on offense and special teams of this preseason for Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 105-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Still huffing and puffing. Hey, he deserves the rest after that.
Yes, he does. And like I said, he's had a great preseason. Everything he's been asked to do, he's done. He's caught the football, every ball that's been thrown to him. He's ran good routes. He's done well on special teams. Can't ask more of this young guy.
And Donnie Jones, one of the premier punters in pro football, hopefully gives the Rams a good punt here.
Doug Baldwin creeping in off the edge forces the Gunners to come in as they show a punt block. Baldwin came off the edge and he got the ball. Took it right off of Jones' foot. Bouncing around to Michael Robinson. Seattle touchdown.
What a great job by the Seattle Seahawks coaching staff. Pete Carroll saw something on film. He went with an all-out block. You're going to see Baldwin come creeping in off your left side, and he is totally unaccounted for, and he rejects this punt by Donnie Jones.
He caught it.
And it's an excellent scoop and score by Michael Robinson. How about this Baldwin, an undrafted rookie, free agent out of Stanford. He leads this team in receiving, and now he blocks a punt. We're getting our money's worth out of this young man.
First one blocked as a Ram. Baldwin blocked it. Robinson scored it. 7-0 for the home guy.
This game when he led him on a touchdown drive at the end of that game, made a nice accurate throw to Jeremy Horn down the field after Stanzi had his struggles. You would definitely say from a statistical point that that's the way that the Chiefs are leading. But when talking to Romeo, either he's a great poker player or he's not showing his hand, because he did a tremendous job telling us that the analysis is all going to come down to practice and the games.
And Golden Tate's with an impressive punt return for a touchdown, eluding Chief defenders and then kind of negotiating his way down the sideline against Zemanski. And he eventually did win that battle. 92-yard punt return touchdown. Matt Zemanski with a 57-yard punt, but Golden Tate 92 yards later with a touchdown return. A nice wall there, and he gets another good block. And the rest of this, he just beats Zemanski down the sideline, which you would expect a punt returner to beat the punter every single time.
Well, and actually Zemanski does a nice job. First off, it's a great punt. He gets a booming punt that's down inside the 10. Seattle does a nice job with the return and setting up a wall for him. But all you can ask from a punter at that point in time is just get to the sideline and make him turn back. You're hoping that the pursuit coming from behind, if that return man slows down and tries to cut back, you're hoping that just by getting in front of him and forcing him to cut back, that the pursuit will be able to make the tackle. So I don't.
If you're out there practicing and playing, you got to make plays.
Chris Jones has it blocked. Ball's picked up on the punt. Touchdown, Seahawks! Jaron Johnson is there to pick up the punt block, and the Seahawks go up 9-0 over the Cowboys. Two huge special teams mistakes by Dallas, and Seattle's a point away from going up by 10.
And special teams so far has been the name of the game. Special teams were huge last week in the Arizona game. So far they've shown up big this week. A punt, make that a kickoff return fumble on the opening kickoff, and now a punt block. I think that was Malcolm Smith, number 53, the second-year linebacker from USC that got the block. And Jaron Johnson got the recovery and took it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Malcolm Smith, number 53, is going to block the punt, but I want you to watch Dan Connor right here. He's going to go sideways. He should be like an offensive tackle, come back off the ball, because look, Chris Jones is stepping that way. They are directionally kicking to the left, and as the guys up in punt protection, you have to know that direction is coming, and you've got to be very, very firm with your blocking. It would be like a big offensive tackle in pass protection. Shuffle back, set your feet, and you cannot give any more ground.
Gave the Dolphins a first down and a chance to tie the game.
And they've been their own worst enemies today, that being the Seahawks. 10 penalties, 59 yards.
Leon Washington on the run. There he goes. Leon Washington. He's going to score.
Did I not tell you early in the game that dude is ready for a he is ripe and ready for a big return?
His 8th career kickoff return. And he ties Josh Cribbs for most career kickoff returns for touchdowns in NFL history with 8. 98 yards.
Yeah, and the reason I said it, Chris, is studying their tape. He's been so close so many times. He's just been an electric returner throughout his career. They tried to directional kick him, get it down the numbers, and just look at no wasted movement. It's an outstanding block out on the edge. Once you make that kicker miss, forget it. What a great story Leon Washington is. For the fans that may not remember, that guy came back from a catastrophic broken leg to resume his career as a terrific returner.
A Florida State Seminole. In the Sunshine State, he runs one back in the shadows to give the Seahawks the lead back. Leon Washington from Jacksonville, Florida, with a touchdown return and a terrific run back of 98 yards, and the kicker was dismissed.
No chance. I mean, that is the biggest mismatch on the field, the kicker in open space against Leon Washington.
And this is where John Ryan becomes a valuable weapon. If he could either directional punt this football to Patrick Peterson or get a lot of hang time to allow Jeremy Lane and the rest of those guys to get down the football field, that's how you negate a great returner.
Good snap. High end over end kick. Peterson at the 12. Surrounded ball comes out. It's on the ground. It's still bouncing. It's in the end zone. Touchdown Seahawks. Holy smoke.
Malcolm Smith.
Out of the air. The ball's bobbled around by Peterson. Smith grabs it. And I'm telling you, the Seahawks have scored every way you can score as the ball tips up in the air, and Smith said, "I'll do the honors. Thank you very much." And the Seahawks put another 6 on the board. Now, wait a minute. Are they going to down it at the 1? Are they going to say the muff kick?
Several muffs by the receiving team. The kicking team recovered the ball in the end zone. Touchdown.
There you go. At first, it looked like they might say, well, wait a minute, he's going to down it at the 1. But no, he recovered in the end zone. That's a touchdown for Malcolm Smith, a second-year linebacker out of USC.
Well, Peterson lost control of the football. Jeremy Lane tries to get on it, but pops it up into the air. And when Malcolm Smith finally gets possession of the football, he is in the end zone for another Seahawk touchdown. 30-0 in this football game, and we still have 6 minutes and 31 seconds left in the first half.
Akers 25 of 35 on the season. That kick is blocked. It's picked up. Coming the other way is Sherman. 30, 40, midfield. He's got to go. He's going to go. He's going to score. An 89-yard touchdown Seahawks on a blocked field goal. No flags. Nobody there to stop him. And Richard Sherman for president. And the Seahawks turned what would have been 3 points for the Niners into a 20-0 lead over San Francisco.
Steve, David Akers, after the season he had last year, we had 40-plus field goals. This year he's missed 10 field goals already this year coming into this ball game, and he gets that one blocked. What a huge play for the Seahawks, a big turnaround. Instead of the 49ers driving the football down the field and getting 3 points, now the Seahawks come up with 7 points on that block return for the touchdown.
It's Big Red Bryant. He blocked 2 field goals at Cleveland last year. And he got that big mid up there and knocked that ball down, and Richard Sherman caught it on the bounce, took off on the near sidelines, and nobody got close. Here's the kick. Prater kicks it deep to Curse. And he's going to bring it out 7 yards deep, out across the 10. Turns upfield 15, 20, 25, Jermaine Curse, 30, 35, stick arm, down the far sideline, he could go. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Seahawks! But a flag is down on the far side of the field, and it may come back. It was 107 if it stands, but there's a flag down near midfield. And there could be a push in the back.
That looks like a bad call. All he did was push him down on the ground. He extended his arms and pushed him down. I hope they're talking about that.
There is no foul for holding.
Thank you.
Hello.
That would have been a bad call.
Did I say touchdown Seahawks?
Yes, you did. You
Thank
say it again if you want. I love how you say that.
Touchdown Jermaine Kearse, 107 yards. How about that for getting right back on top in a big way? And the Seahawks, been looking for kick returners, and Jermaine Kearse, all the things that he can do, he just added to that list.
He really did, and that's the more you can do, that's how you make the football team. He's a good special teams player as far as covering kicks, and you just saw him there as an explosive player returning a kick, and we also saw him score the first touchdown of this ball game on a pass. So a guy that's very versatile, and they'll line him up in the backfield sometime and hand him the football. A very good football player.
Should not be a problem to come out and be strong here to start the third quarter.
Tonight's second half kickoff brought to you by Bing. See why people prefer Bing for the web's top searches. BingItOn.com. Short kick. Percy Harvin with the catch. He's on the run. He breaks free. He's across the 40. The speed. There he goes. Midfield. Look out. He's going to go. Take the second half kickoff all the way back. Baby! 88 yards for a touchdown. We knew Percy was going to do it tonight. Touchdown, Seahawks! No flags, are you kidding me? Percy Harvin, the Seahawks fans, the 12s are going nuts, and the Seahawks stretch their lead to 28-0. I don't believe it.
If anybody doesn't think or wants to know the reason why they paid this kid the money that they paid him, this is why. These are the type of plays that he makes all the time. He's so explosive. He can take it at any time when he touches it and to take it the distance, and that's what he did right there on this kickoff return.
An 88-yard kickoff return. He already has a couple of runs on the day for 45 yards, a catch for 5. Percy Harvin. Oh, my word. Stephen Hauschka on for the extra point.
It's all about the ball for the Seahawks.
Here's the kickoff. Harvin was back. It lands in front of him at the 11. Gets it out of bounds. He goes to the 15. Breaks a tackle. 20 comes up the middle of the 30. Breaks another tackle. The 40. He makes a move by the kicker. He's down from the 50 to the 40. It's a foot race to the 30 down the near side. The 20, the 10, the 5, and it's a touchdown! Percy Harvin has just returned the opening kickoff of the second half. 88 yards.
You mentioned the back surgery, and you find out exactly what his status is.
And the punt is blocked and picked up and run in for a touchdown by Mike Morgan.
Doug Baldwin, he's out there as though he's going to be in coverage, and he sneaks down. He comes in off the edge. Nobody sees him for Dallas. He has a free run to block that punt.
And it was easy from there for Morgan. Returns at 25 yards for a touchdown. Well, how about that? One of your starting wide receivers in on special teams.
Tyler Lockett has just taken the kickoff the length of the field for a touchdown. But the officials are huddling. There is a flag down at about the 21-yard line of Denver. So let's see.
I'll tell you what that's going to be. The official ran into Pete Carroll on that sidelines. It'll be a sideline infraction on Pete Carroll.
The touchdown counts during the play on sportsmanlike conduct on the Seattle bench for sideline interference. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
You had it, John.
Well, Pete Carroll, he got run over.
Pete
right
got
there.
a little excited.
You see him jacked up.
And here it is.
Now, the Denver Broncos are not going to be in a laughing mood after this. Now, watch Pete Carroll come into the screen right there. Hands up, touchdown. Not so fast. He gets run over by the sideline judge. But not a laughing matter for the Denver Broncos. Special teams so critical. See the side judge right into Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll takes the charge.
I think Pete took the worst of that.
Look at the official staying on his feet with the spin move, throws the flag. But this is something that the Broncos, this will not be taken lightly. You have to be able to cover. You got guys fighting for jobs.
Tyler Lockett. I don't know if Mike Carey could have taken that kind of punishment.
Nobody likes those body blows.
Lockett from the 33. Straight up the middle. Midfield. Cuts to the outside. Back to the inside. Oh, what a run by Tyler Lockett. All the way across the field, and he has a chance to go. '67-yard return.
Well, we know this is why they were so excited to get him, what he can do in the passing game, but the return game. You saw it at Kansas State, and he's carried it right over into the NFL. What's impressive here is all these little moves to set up the blocks. Right here. Oh, cuts back inside, set up the blockers, and he found the open lane, and of course you could see the speed to take advantage of an opportunity and score.
And now comes Phil Simms' favorite part of the game, the new extra point. Seattle lead. Tyler Lockett doing just what the Seattle Seahawks want out of him. Seattle has a 7-3 lead.
All they're trying to do in that situation is give Johnny Hekker a little bit of room to execute this punt, because you've got Tyler Lockett sitting right at midfield, getting ready to field this.
There were 7 return touchdowns during preseason. Around the entire league, Lockett had 2 of the 7. Here he goes. Tyler Lockett inside the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown.
That is unbelievable. Had an opportunity to visit with John Foshel, the special teams coach, and Jeff Fisher, who really embraces special teams here in St. Louis. They're well aware of Tyler Lockett, but I want you to watch what he does. When he's returning, when he catches the football, he is already moving at full speed. He's not catching it slow or on a stop and going, and he is north and south immediately. That's impressive, because you know everybody was gearing up to try and go down and tackle Tyler Lockett, and he just ran it straight back.
A 57-yard return. And then a special teams touchdown by the rookie, Tyler Lockett.
Let's see, though, what happens with this first possession of the second half, as the Bears, the first 2 games, have seen the opponent take it down the field and drive it for a touchdown the opening 2 weeks.
And here's Lockett, the rookie from Kansas State, down the sidelines and unstoppable. 105 yards.
Beautiful job, beautiful. Watch how he takes the football in the end zone. He measures it, Jim, when it's in the air.
This is a Bears kickoff coverage team that gave up a kick return on the opening kickoff last week against Arizona. And Lockett, just before taking the field, got some sort of big pep talk. We saw it with Pete Carroll, and the rookie has now returned a punt and a kick for touchdowns in just the 3rd game of the season.
Special teams, the #1 priority coming to this game. Do not give Lockett a chance.
And the extra point by Hauschka is good. Well done by John Ryan on the hold.
And really, there was nobody to beat. He just outran him. He's not touched. Look how he catches the football at full speed. That's how they teach you. Get momentum. If the ball was kicked low, which it was, they want you to bring it out of the end zone. If it's kicked high, then stay in. The blocking was good, but the Bears got out of the